Hello, welcome back to another episode of BozTalks. Today, we're going to be doing something a little special. I'm going to be meeting up with the Ludlow legend, and I'm going to be interviewing him. He goes by the name of Philip Costa, also known as PMCPC. So, I'm going to meet up with him in a little bit. I'm on my way to meet him right now. And, yeah, it should be pretty damn good. Enjoy. Beautiful Ludlow. Look at this. All right, man, we're rolling up. PMCPC. The legend himself. All right, so we are with the infamous PMCPC, or Philippe Costa. Good to meet you, my man.
You too, my man.
All right, shall we get this drive on?
Yeah, let's go.
Cool. So where do you want to head?
We're probably going to the boonies.
Okay, sounds good. It's
Thank
good.
you.
So, you're the Ludlow legend. You're the man, the myth, the legend.
Pretty much, yeah. The legend of himself.
I don't really know much about you. My friend Colin, he's the one who kind of got me introduced to you. But what can you say? Like, what makes you so legendary, being the man that you are of Ludlow?
Well, what makes me special? A lot of people see me as a special needs kids. And I'm not saying it to make fun of no one, whatever. I do have some special, a bit, like I have a learning club and I have a speech impediment. So I'm not sitting out here saying blah, blah. I am actually a little retarded, on the retarded side.
Hey, aren't we all a little retarded, right, man?
Everyone's
retarded in their own way.
Everyone, yeah, no one's really smart.
No.
You might be smarter at some things than others, but everyone have their stupidity in a way, kind of.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I've done a lot of stupid shit in the past.
Yeah, you're telling me I did some stupid shit too. When I went to BHS, I was an idiot as well. So.
Well, most of the stupidity I have done was pretty much saying stuff. Half the things I have said have put me locked up in prison, at the Ludlow prison. A lot of people consider that the pussy jail. It is kind of pussy jail, kind of.
Don't degrade yourself, man. Come on, you went to prison, bro. That's still pretty, I mean, who can say they did that? Like, you survived prison.
Well, I was never sentenced. I was being held in prison because they thought that I was a threat to everyone. But, like, it's... Yeah, they go a little picky to throw by, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I saw the hot boat drove by, dude.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm surprised you didn't pop a Yui.
I know.
For my plate covers. A week ago, I got pulled over because of them.
Well, I gotta tell you, man, this is a super nice car, WRX.
Thank you.
You're pretty good at driving stick. I mean, and listen, so you say you're retarded and all. I mean, come on, like I said, we're all retarded in our way. I got my problems. I think a lot of people have their problems, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, how does having a speech impediment and being retarded, as you say, affect your life? Like, how does that affect you?
Well, I pretty much live a simple life. I drive, as you can tell. I have a job. I have my own bills. You feel me? The only thing I don't have is a house or an apartment. The only thing I'm not having in life right now. But I'm saving up. Like I said, I have about a little over 18K saved in my bank account, so like...
Oh yeah, dude, that's awesome.
So like, if I wasn't picky with cars and didn't go through all the cars I own, I probably would have about close to 30K in my bank account right now. But obviously, like I said, we have bills. You gotta work to pay your bills. No job, you can't pay your bills, you get the fuck out. No
damn
phone,
straight,
whatever.
yeah.
Like, it's... Welcome to America, yo, when you can just go work your ass off, beat you little ass up just to pay you fucking bills, yo.
Damn straight, dude.
You wanna have freedom? You gotta put freedom in your life. You just can't let your job take over your goddamn fucking life.
No, you can't.
You can't
awesome.
work your life, work your butt off forever, like, work Monday to Friday, at least 40 hours a week. A little overtime, whatever, but like...
And still, you're getting goddamn bills paid. I straight up respect that shit, man.
Technically, the federal wage... technically supposed to go up to $15 an hour. 7 to 15.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
the minimum wage? I don't know how I feel about that necessarily, man, because you think about it. I mean, a person flipping burgers at Burger King is making a livable wage. That's like not what you want. In my opinion, I feel like minimum wage...
$100 a month right there. Plus my phone bill. That's an extra 100 and something bucks
Mm-hmm.
probably. Then gas, phone bill, like
All that
like
stuff.
all that things. Like
Mhm.
you feel me? You feel like, can you still live life? Yes, you can. But like to live by yourself and do that, you really can't.
No.
Can't. Like it really long. And let me say this: being 27 and living with your parents, that is not a fucking problem at all. That is not. There are people out there that think that is a problem. Yes, I can understand that. Being 27 living with your parents, it might be a pain in the ass. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my parents. But
Yeah.
sometimes, in my head, I was like, I can't wait till I was living by myself. Can I afford it? Yes, I can. But like, it's to the point.
At least you're working.
Huh?
You know, at least you're working. You're not a bum. You know, you're not living at home, not contributing to society. You know what I mean?
That is true, and also I'm not a piece of shit that's out there being at home and getting paid by the government check.
Exactly, because
Like,
we have a lot of pieces of shit who do that, and I completely agree with that for sure.
Well, don't get me wrong, I got told that's supposed to be ending soon. But like to the point, I was like, people out there, just go out and get a job.
Damn straight.
I understand waking up in the morning or whatever and going to work. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. It completely bullshit sucks. But like, you want the American dream? You gotta work your ass off. You feel me? Like, people tend to be like, oh, I can't live my life till after I retire.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really true yet. When you retire, you do have a better chance to live your life. You can do a lot more things. But like to the point, it's like you gotta work your ass off before you hit the age so you can retire.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have money saved so when you retire, you have the money.
I like your view on life. That's a very kind of inspirational thing to say. But you know, so you went to Ludlow High. What were some of the things you did that were kind of controversial, if you don't mind me asking? So I can get into some of the things I've done that were a little controversial too, because I've done a lot of stupid shit in my day, man. I was an idiot in high school.
I used to always get in trouble, like at schools, like I had skipped some classes. Some of the classes I didn't get in trouble for skipping, yes, but whatever, you feel me? Like one day I was with a group of people and we decided to like skip the last period or two.
Mm-hmm.
So we did. We left the school. Did we get in trouble? No, we didn't. But like to the point, I don't get it. The more you go to school, the more stupid you get. Going to college, I can understand going to college because you want to be a
I'm going
doctor.
to college right now, man. So
Yeah, but you're going to college to be what? Something that you can't get with a high school diploma.
No,
right?
yeah,
like
I
being a
agree with
doctor
that. Yep.
or being a mechanic or whatever.
Mhm.
Well, a mechanic, you just need a high school diploma. To work in a medical field or be a lawyer, you got to go to high school. You got to go to college to go through all that thing. But at the end of the day, you're just putting yourself in debt. You're going to be in debt forever, yes. You will be in debt, yes. Will you have a good job? Being in debt, yeah, you will. But you will always be in debt no matter what you would do. You feel me? Like, you'll always have bills. You'll always have that thing to do. Like, for example, I know people that graduate high school or even college that can't even get a job now. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, there are jobs hiring like crazy because of COVID. But like, people that graduate high school still can't get a job. So it's like, what the point of you going to college and wasting all that money for a job that you want that you can't even get? Now you're in debt for really no reason at all. You just kind of fucked yourself over hard badly. But
that's facts, man. That's really true. You're not wrong.
I'm a high school dropout.
You're a dropout? I didn't know you dropped out of high school.
Yeah, I dropped out. I did 4 years, but dropped out. I wasn't graduating because I missed my math class last year. I was not going to it. And MCAS, I didn't pass MCAS. They wanted me to go back one more year just to do one class, just to make up my math class, and wanted me to go back one more year so I could take MCAS. Because they told me if you come one more year and do that class and take the MCAS, you will 100% will graduate. No, for what? I'm a dropout. Right now, I'm making $16 an hour.
That's
what
not
I
bad.
do. Don't get me wrong. If I did what I'm doing and went to a company that was in union, I'd be making probably like over $20 an hour.
Now, have you thought of joining the union?
I was thinking that, but what I do, companies that are in the union that do what I do, they travel a lot more. I'm not really trying to travel all the time, like
Yeah, because they have to inspect sites and stuff like that.
like travel, like some jobs, like even girls don't have to work nowadays. Now, technically, girls have OnlyFans. They post news off. Make money off that.
They do. They become millionaires off OnlyFans.
Yeah.
That's facts.
So like, it's but to the point. Go sit there and go, oh, we're not sluts. Like technically, you are sluts. You posting pictures up on the web. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, you're not wrong.
Don't get
You're
me
not
wrong.
wrong. It's what you're saying is true.
It's true.
Controversial, but it's not. It's
Like,
not
don't get me wrong. You make 10K a month because of that. That's good for you. You're smart doing that. But at the end of the day, it kind of does make you a slut for doing that. So put it this way: if a guy texts you or went up to you randomly, ladies, and asked for a picture of you, you're gonna sit there and be disrespectful, be like, "No, I'm not the type of person," blah blah, whatever. But you post him on OnlyFans. Yeah, don't get me wrong. For someone to see it, you gotta pay the $10, $20 or whatever you sent the picture for, so someone can unlock the picture and see it. But what you don't understand, ladies, someone can follow you, pay for your pictures, screenshot them,
Damn
and
right.
now send them to other people and sell them for half the price. So
That's a good point.
For a while, there's no point to make OnlyFans and follow you, ladies, and buy pictures.
Because
off
someone
you.
will just buy on their OnlyFans and screenshot and send them to somebody else. Like,
That's
you
what
know
I'm saying. So
Yeah. Now I gotta ask you something. Are you you ever thought about like going into like entertainment industry or anything? Like, cause you got a lot to say. You're kind of funny. You know, like you could really use your voice to your advantage.
well, people had told me I should start making YouTube videos.
I do that. Like people think I'm a retard or whatever. Like, but I mean, not necessarily that. I have a lot to say, and I put a lot really forward. I don't know if you checked out my channel, BozTalks, but I pretty much put out my opinions and everything. I kind of want people to start thinking differently. You know, like I want to open their eyes up to another opinion, and you know, you're kind of opening my eyes up to another opinion. I'm a B-Town legend. A lot of people know who I am from B-Town. You're a Ludlow legend. I think a lot of people know you from fucking Ludlow. Like you're 27, and you're freaking. The high schoolers know you. So you were on the Ludlow podcast a few days ago, right? You were on that.
Like 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Now, how old were those kids who interviewed?
They're about my age.
Oh yeah,
maybe,
okay.
Maybe like a year younger. Cause technically, when I was younger, I stayed back here because of my speech impediment.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, I was supposed to really graduate 2012, but how I stayed back a year, I was technically 2013. But how I never graduated 13, I just dropped out.
Okay.
For me to go to school for other classes, like listen. At the end of the day, do you really need a high school diploma? You do not need a high school diploma for a job. Like I'm saying right now, jobs right now are fucking hiring like crazy. You can get hired without a high school diploma. There's no way you sit there and be like, oh, you need a, no. Just having a high school diploma at least will help you get a job easier. They'll see, okay, you went to kindergarten to higher day, do you really need a diploma? No, you really don't unless you really want to get into a good job. But
I guess you kind of contradicted yourself there a little bit. You said you don't need a diploma unless you really want a good job. I mean, wouldn't that give you an incentive to get a diploma? You know what I mean?
okay, you do have a point. Like, what I'm saying, it kind of go 50-50, a little different ways, but like it's...
Well, if you want to do it, if you want to be an entrepreneur of some sort, you don't need one. If you can make it big in the music industry or any big industry, like you want to become an actor or something, then I completely agree with that. If you want to work in the real world and everything, it is. But if you want to, like, I feel like if you want to try to make it as an entrepreneur, it's not obviously going to really mean much. I get that, but like if you want to really make something yourself, you definitely want one. The GED. Oh, these are cool. I see like little lights under here. A GED. I mean, you got your GED, right? You're working at pretty decent. You didn't get it?
I didn't
You just
get
dropped
anything.
out?
I dropped out.
Okay.
There was no point. For me, I dropped out because when I was going to school, I wasn't really learning anything. I was pretty much repeating myself every year. Yeah, because how...
Now, does that have to do with your disability? What is that to do with?
My classes, I wasn't in normal standard classes. So, like my gym class I was, or if I wanted to take like biology class, I took that. That was the standard normal class. There wasn't like a special ed class when they taught you slowly. But like it's most of them were like my math, my English, my main classes was special.
The core classes were kind of special done for you.
Special, like
okay.
Like it was done like I was with class with other
Your disability, they're not going to help you personally.
Yeah.
That's why you were put in a special education class, because they can help you out one-on-one.
Well,
That's
yes,
what
I
you're
needed
saying to
help,
me.
yeah. When I was growing up, elementary to high school, teachers were sitting to me like, oh, you should know how to do this by your hands, because you will never have a calculator with you all the time. Technically, teachers, you can go F yourself, because we have calculators with us. We have folks that do everything. So do we really need to go to school? Not really, because we have Google.
We do have everything at the palm of fingertips, but it's required by the United States to send your kid to school, unfortunately. Now, one thing I want to say to you is this. So, a little bit of history on me. You call yourself a Ludlow legend. I'm a B-Town legend. When I was in middle school, I was a bit of a clown. I acted up. I was just letting loose, man. I was crazy. I was dancing on lunchroom tables. I just didn't give a shit. Like, I was knocking on teachers' doors, just being a clown. Well, unfortunately, you can't have fun. You can't really be a clown in school, because they sent me to a school for bad kids. Like, they sent me, it's this place called Valley West, and pretty much what that school was, I went to school with all these kids who have been to juvie, they've been drug dealers, they've attacked teachers, they've been kicked out of school because of that. And now I'm in a school with these kids, so it's like, holy shit. But I mean, I'll get into that into another video of mine if I have more time. But so I got sent to the school, so it really gave me a lot of perspective. And when I got back to BHS, I kind of was put in, not special ed class, but a social emotional class, because people thought that, like, okay, like, this kid's just too much of a clown. He can't be with the general public because he'll be too crazy and distract the class, which goddamn right was going to be true. I was going to distract the class because I was a clown. I just goofed off all the time. But it happens.
Being young, you want to have fun. You
Exactly. And I was a wild animal. I was an animal, man. I was crazy. I had no learning problems. I was just a crazy nut. And, you know, everyone saw that. So, but by the end of high school, I was all in normal classes and everything, which was really cool. But yeah, so they literally sent me to a school for bad kids because I was a clown, and it was funny, and it's just a cool story to tell. Like, but if I can relate to you in that way a little bit.
Well, when I was growing up, like I said, I was always being picked on because of my speech.
Yeah, and that's not cool at all,
and
bro.
all that things, whatever. But like in middle school technically 3 years. In my YFE 3 fucking years of middle school.
Mm-hmm.
In the 3 years of middle school, when I was going to middle school, I went to 5 different middle schools in my 3 years.
That's insane.
Because I was always, when I was younger, I had anger problems, so I get mad. When I get pissed off, they had to call the cops. Cops came.
Huh.
I got all my middle schools I got pretty much kicked out of because they felt like I didn't belong. In my last middle school I went to before my parents took me out of there, and when we came up here, they took me out of there because my last middle school I went to so many middle schools, they thought that something was completely wrong with me.
Yeah.
So they put me in a school. Well, it was the school, it's a middle school, and the other half was a high school. So if I stayed in Connecticut and stayed out of the school, I would have done that. But I went to 5 different middle schools, and I got kicked out. Cops always came, blah, blah, whatever. Like, there was...
That's not cool, though. The kids will pick on you, man. Kids are cruel. Kids can be jerks. Kids were mean to me, you know, but you got to stand your ground and push them back. It doesn't matter. You just do your thing, you know. It's not that hard, you know. I don't like bullies. Bullies are jerks, and you're weak-minded and you're a weak person to pick on someone with a speech impediment. In my opinion, I think you're weak to do that. And you know what? I was weak because I was a little bit of a bully myself. I was mean to kids. Like, there was this kid I would pick on because he looked like a pig, and you know, he did, and I would call him Pig Magic. And he one day he stood up to me and, like, he pushed me back, and I'm like, you know what? I was being a real jerk for that. So, but it teaches you lessons. Kids can be mean because, you know, hey, listen, people are different, and you know, as you grow older, you learn to accept people's differences and accept yourself because, hey, we're all human beings, right?
Yeah, we are.
Damn straight.
Yeah. Well, nobody will never tell you life is simple.
Life is not simple.
Nobody will never tell you that. If someone did tell you that, it's a bullshit lie.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
In life, you will hit up mountains or hit up bumpy roads, that will slow you down in life.
Yes.
Like, you will always deal with stupid things in life, like it, no matter what. Like when I was growing up, I used to say, fuck the police. But to the point, not every cop is a piece of shit.
No.
There are some cops out there that are ready to do the job completely.
Damn right.
And like I
cops
say,
are good, you know?
and like I say, if I ever get pulled over, if the cop respects me, I'm going to respect the cop 100%. No matter what. You gotta respect people.
You gotta respect. You gotta respect.
You want respect, you gotta give respect.
Damn right.
That's it, to the point.
And especially to the police, because when I've been pulled over like 15 times because I have a speeding problem. I like to go fast because, you know. Anyway, so every cop I've gotten pulled over to, I've gotten all warnings. I gotten 2 tickets because, you know, hey, listen, your luck runs out sometimes, but every other time's a warning because you just gotta be nice. You know, I see the cop, I'm really respectable, like, hey, I'm sorry, officer, I know what I did wrong, and they'll be like, all right, you know you did wrong, you know you screwed up, I'll just give you a warning. So that's it's kind of worked out for me in that aspect, but you know, you just gotta learn sometimes, right? You gotta learn from your mistakes.
Like, freedom of speech technically means you can say whatever you want. Now, if you're gonna sit there, you be like, no, yo, there's limits to that. Then at that point, it's not freedom of speech. Then at that point, the freedom of speech technically does mean you can say whatever you want.
Well, unless it's a threat to somebody.
See, but at that point,
you know, unless it's a threat, because in the Constitution it says you can't do that.
But at that point, you should not call it freedom of speech. Then you should call it something else. Because if you go out and tell someone, hey, you have freedom of speech, in their head, it means you can say whatever you want. And technically, that is the true meaning of that.
You can say whatever you want. I agree. But you know, you got to be smart about what you say. Like, come on, you can't be threatening people or fucking doing that, because that's seen as like not hate speech. I don't believe in hate speech at all.
Like I say, like people say when you go to jail, you see Spanish and more African Americans in there. Okay, that might be true, but at the end of the day, no matter if
the situation too, the way like where they live and stuff.
Well,
you know?
yeah, but at the end of the day, no matter if you're white, Spanish, Puerto Rican, African American, no matter what you are, there's always a small group of that race that's bad people. I'm not saying I'm not gonna say all African American people are bad, because they're not. There are a lot of them are really good. They're like white people. White people are angels. Not all white people are angels. You feel it?
All right, and to wrap up the night, like special guest PMCPC. Got a little bit of a roach here. Finish that off with fucking PMCPC, bro. Cheers to that.
I do this maybe more in the daytime, probably. 7:30 was nice, but it got a little dark now.
For sure, man. Well, thank you for coming on my show.
All right, no problem, my man.
Thank you for everything, bro. This was
down.
a good time. It was good talk, you know. And just because he's got a speech impediment, just because he's this, that, and the other thing, doesn't mean shit, right? Fine. You're gonna fucking you're gonna do your stuff. You're gonna get by your things.
Whatever you can do, I can do. I might not do everything what you can do.
Damn right.
But I can do it. Will I do it in a different way? Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, whatever. Being special needs is better than being normal.
Damn straight. We'll wrap off on there, baby. Thank you for watching this special episode of BozTalks, the Ludlow legend PMCPC. I'll see you in the next one, fellas.